Let me read to you a passage from the 21st chapter of St. Luke's Gospel, verses 34 to 36. It's the Gospel for Saturday of the 34th week in Ordinary Time. St. Luke writes, Jesus said to his disciples, "Be careful, or your hearts will be weighed down with dissipation, drunkenness, and the anxieties of life, and that day will close on you unexpectedly like a trap. For it will come upon all those who live on the face of the earth. Be always on the watch, and pray that you may be able to escape all that is about to happen, and that you may be able to stand before the Son of Man." That's from Luke chapter 21, verses 34 to 36. Among other things, it reminds us of the importance of excellence. What do I mean? Well, most people would understand that there is a difference between pleasure and happiness, between enjoyment and joy. One can gain pleasure from something, such as a favourite drink, a particular conversation, or a form of recreation, while lacking real happiness. In fact, a person can proceed through life seeking and gaining various pleasures and never gaining real happiness. At the same time, one can be happy while having few pleasures. I think of the ordinary unselfish wife and mother of very moderate means in life who is truly happy, while not far from her lives a person of great wealth who is unhappy. One can possess various enjoyments while possessing little joy. Now, it is intriguing to notice that one of the sources of happiness in life is the attainment of excellence in one's chosen activity. It could almost be said that, in a certain sense, excellence gives both pleasure and happiness. The jockey spends years of training in self-denying regime of work in order to excel in his horse racing, and he succeeds. He attains excellence in it, and it gives him real happiness, even though there have been few pleasures for him along the road to success in his chosen profession. Or a youth begins music lessons in piano or violin and discovers in himself a liking and a propensity for his instrument. He spends years of study and practice and becomes excellent at it, and his excellence in music brings a level of joy to his life. Success in one's work through excellence in it is undoubtedly a source of human happiness, showing that we were born to work and to work well. We were made to work well, to do good work. The question being then, what ought be our work in life? If we can discover what it is that we are drawn to do for our neighbour, and what our abilities suggest ought be our line of service, then a level of happiness will come if we serve with excellence in that chosen field. To serve our neighbour with the excellence that lies within our capacity is a very important component of happiness in life. It is a question of degree, though. What gives most happiness? The musician, say Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, whoever, who attains excellence in his renditions and compositions, will have served society well in his chosen field, and will have attained a level of happiness as a result. But of course, we know that there are excellent practitioners in this or that field who do have unhappy lives. Actors and actresses can commit suicide. They apply themselves to one field of work in life and attain excellence in it, but fail to do so in other, perhaps much more important, fields of work in life. A man senses that he is called to a life in politics, and he devotes himself to it, but he neglects his family, and perhaps his health too. He has neglected to work at one of the most important things of all in life, his relationship with and service of his wife and children. And this neglect and failure in excellence in something central to his life brings a greater unhappiness than that which he has attained through his chosen work, the happiness that he has attained in that chosen work. Across the board, this pattern can apply. The musician, the artist, the medical professional, the teacher, the politician. It illustrates the point that while excellence in work brings a degree of happiness and not just pleasure in life, it is most important for happiness that a man devote himself to the most important things in his life. His greatest happiness will come if he attains excellence in the most important things. Well, what is the most important thing in life? The most important thing in life is what our Lord alludes to when he was asked, what is the greatest of the commandments? He said that the first was the first of the commandments, and the greatest was that we love God with all our mind, heart and strength. The second was like it, that we love our neighbour as ourselves. So the work that above all we ought to be dedicating ourselves to in life is the love of God and neighbour. We ought to work every day to attain excellence in love. Our most important work in life is to excel in the love of God and neighbour. If we attain excellence in this, in love, we shall be truly happy. This is why the saint is the truly happy person, even though he will have much to suffer, as did Christ himself. In our Gospel today from Luke chapter 21 verses 34 to 36, our Lord warns us against being weighed down by dissipation. We must not be distracted and led astray from the pursuit of excellence. At the same time, our pursuit ought to be in the right areas of excellence, for life could come to its end suddenly. We must therefore be always on the watch, making sure that our path in giving our best is the right path, the path God has indicated. This is the will of God, St. Paul writes, your sanctification. We must aim at sanctity, at the love of God in everything we do. We ought to aim at excellence in love, depending on the grace of God for its attainment. This excellence in the love of God and neighbour is what ought to inform all our efforts to serve others in daily work and career. The saint is the happiest person, the person of true joy. Let us then aim at excellence in this sense.